strong, dude. Damn. Whoa. It's your President Happy Healer, man. All right. We're just getting ready to set the live show up for you guys. How's it going, Roger? It's good to see you, man. I'm trying to get these colors right because once we get them right, this is going to be what it looks like when we come on more. How's it going, Roger? It's good to see you, man. I'm trying to get these colors right because once we get them right, this is going to be what it looks like when we come on more. I'm getting my feedback here. How's it going, Roger? It's good to see you, man. I'm trying to get these colors right because once we get them right, this is going to be... Yeah, I'm used to having my feedback on my other system that's usually sitting over here because I've always been into media. You know, I've always been a personality that's been online as the Happy Healer and generally lifting people up. Like, you got to know that about me right off the bat. Like, you can't just think, oh, wow, this guy's not acting presidential. I'm me, okay? You're getting the Happy Healer when you're getting Keith Landy is running as president. A lot comes with that. A lot of good, a lot of different. We're all different in a variety of ways, and it's empowering. So it's cool. It's what it is. And so share with me, hey, Roger, what's going on, man? I'm loving it. Thanks for your support, bro. And, you know, that's the thing. You have to believe. And the Happy Healer does. I do. I believe. It doesn't take a lot to believe. All you got to know is just what's at stake. And you got to hear the other people talking. When I hear that, when I hear them talking, when I know what's at stake, yeah, that's one. Two, we've got some awesome things coming up soon. You've got to just hang on and wait because, I mean, there's so many reasons to get excited about the campaign that we are going to wage. The Happy Healer is not leaving any stone unturned. We are getting down and dirty and going to inspire from the deepest and from every angle. And we're going to make this run an epic run. And we're going the distance. It's very important. It's too important not to. And so while there's a lot of freedom in this run for the Happy Healer to be himself, that is a must. If you take that from me, how can I beat Donald Trump then? How can I beat him? I have to be me. I'm telling you now, if you let me be me, and me is a great guy, I'm going to beat Trump. It's just that simple. But you can't, shape somebody to the point to where they're no longer themselves. And that's often what happens to these candidates when they're running. They get shaped. They get shaped by ideas and principles and things that are not them. I know who I am. My principles are clear. And the principles I share with the people around me that they agree. They get behind those principles because those are human principles that they also agree with emphatically. So our message is one that's been cultivated through love. And love works. So that's what we do. We promote love and truth. And I'm happy with the cast where we're at with it now. I like it. So this is going to be one style that I come on with. And we're still going to have the podcast coming on. And I feel like a little at a disadvantage because I'm missing my Mac. I had to bring my Mac in because the back of it was burning. Well, browning. I don't know if it was burning. They're going to look at it. Anyways, they'll tell me what was going on. I'll be sure to let you guys know about that also, because that's really concerning. I love Mac products, Apple products, and I'm like naked without my Mac. I'm such a creator. That's what I think we all should be. Why am I so happy? And some of you guys, man, what's wrong with that guy? He's so weird. All right, fine. Freak it then. I'm weird. Because I'm so happy, right? I'm just being me. And that's it. I get to be me and live in this magical world. And the world is great. I'm in reality. This is perfect reality. And, you know, that's the point. You just have to make your own reality. And you have to be happy. And you have to just learn what works. And, you know, community always works. Love always works. And truth always works. And so those are big pillars in what we're doing. And the funny thing is in many ways, we're just taking Happy Healer principles and bringing them over and running for president with them. That simple. Happy Healer principles work. And we can fix this entire country. I mean, that's exactly, it's like, that's why I say it's almost like you summon the Happy Healer. When you've gone nuts, we're almost to a civil war with the... We can't have that. We got to pull back. You know, this country has the capacity to love. So we just have to love. And let love win. So, I figure today is just winding down. By tomorrow, we'll probably have the completed event schedule up. So that'll be cool. All right. Well, Roger and Tim and Censored and many of you other many wonderful folks who have been tuning in, thank you. The Happy Healer is always going to remember you. You were there. And we are going to continue just pushing forward. It's okay. I'm a dork. I already know that about me. But I'm a genuine dork. And I'm smart. I know how to get the job done. So we'll focus on what's important. And that's all we'll do. And we'll be dorky about it then. Because dorks win. And they kick ass. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn down my volume and put the other one up. We're listening to the people. We're not unbudgeable. Our bias take us so far as the truth takes us. And love. We have compassion. We don't want to get bogged down in hot button issues, and then everything that the people care for and everything that represents and is and is of the people is now shoved right off and in favor of what? Nothing fills that void. There's nothing there now that even has that. This is a brand new way of thinking. It's a bold new future. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the beautiful thing. I come with that, don't I? I have a business aspect about me, but I also have that compassion and I have that humility. I've been knocked down in life enough to know and realize, wait a second, you've got to sit back, you've got to be humble, you've got to look at all of the facts, you've got to realize there are people, you've got to be compassionate that get hurt in every situation, in every business venture, in every idea, and we've got to put people first in a real way, not like what we're talking about in other campaigns. Oh, absolutely. I think universal income is where we're headed. That's the bold new world we're talking about. They got it wrong when they said the Green New Deal. They've got their spirits right, but they got it wrong. We're actually headed into a spiritual new realm. This is where the right wants to go. This is where the left wants to go. It's where everyone wants to go. And the Happy Healer is going to take them there. because we've just been missing on the messaging. The messaging has been garbage. They have been feeling it though. Can't you just tell? Even in the Green New Deal, the spirit is there. And the people want progress. That is clear, and it's a demand. It's not even a request at this point, and the Happy Healer can hear them loud, and nobody can come together on what we are all working and fighting for. So instead, what we end up getting is what we have today. Disarray. And we have hate, so much hate, because people are resentful that they can't have the life that they know they can have, and that they know they should have. And that this time, unlike any other time in human history, we are actually building a future that we can all really see the magic in if we just allow it. Because we can usher in this brave new world instead of trying to hold it back. We can usher it in. We can have with boldness and say, bring in a brave new world with robots, with all these different things that can allow the human spirit to finally grow in a real way. So how can you have robots that are coming in and taking over human jobs and then not provide humanity with a way to survive and a means to survive and a means to continue to thrive and to populate and to continue to do well and happiness? And I believe that's God's work. I believe that's what God wants us to do. I need to put some stuff out for people to listen to about, my candidacy. And right now I have I have the written material stuff out, but I have to get more of the other stuff out. And I want to do like a podcast where I can just talk directly to the American people without the additional having to set up for some speech, and that rather it could just be directly to the people that are driving to work or whatever, to learn more about what it is the candidacy is about, and to have those facts written down clearly. I don't want to just mumble or say things that don't matter, and I want to stay on point. I want to stay on message, and where you've literally have perhaps came from nothing and built up some sort of life that means something to you. We know what it's like to want the American dream and how it so oftenly is fleeting, and how we have the power like no other time in history before to give that American dream to the highest number of people in America, and yet we fail. We fail because we're too afraid to take on the bold new world with courage. While we fail to get those new robotic systems in, other countries are doing it and moving forward and improving the way their citizens live. We can do it the best, and under Happy Healer for President, we will. I could add total special effect. I could put that in like as if I was speaking to a stadium of 1 million people and that they just crowded cheered after it. And that's the kind of epic stuff Landy is doing to back the candidacy of the Happy Healer, because God is prepping us for this mission. Make no mistake about it. Just one man from his house, starting like that, and into a bold, big, brave new world with courage and understanding that's where the people want to go. And being focused on the people, not being focused on the bigwigs. They don't matter as much as the people do, and we all matter from the core. So let's just start with that, and then you know your worth going into it. And to get in front of people and have those speeches. I want to have speeches that I'm putting out that are important and that are nailing to like that 70%, what you said. I'm staying focused on them because the other 30% are also there too. But a lot of those people are still figuring things out. And as an American who's gone through a lot of problems, I get that. And we have to be focused on the 70% of us who are interested in having a better world. And we have to focus on the 30% who need us. The good news is that those 30% have us. But they don't have us when we're divided and we're fighting at each other's throats and people are talking about civil wars. Instead, we just need a better way. And that's what my candidacy is. It is a better way. It's of the people, by the people, for the people. The Happy Healer represents the average person in America who lives in that life of like stock market like life where you have your ups and downs. Yeah, the Happy Healer fights for justice everywhere he goes. Hard at work. We've got to just always stay focused on the people, of course. I'm going to set this whole thing up, and me working so hard. We were late bloomers. You can have an all-star born in a family that has nothing, and sometimes they can't reach their full potential. Let's face it, I'm 40 years old. Still kind of had the internet, and before that, they don't reach their full potential until a little bit later, and that their potential just kind of springs out. Either way, God works in mysterious ways. We just have to trust in His fate for all of us. Right? And this is His fate for for us. Make no mistake about it. God wants us to have a happy life. He wants us to be thrilled in life and to have so much and to be so creative and to be spiritual. And God always wants us to put family first, to love family, and to realize our worth and value and the value of that of our family and friends and everyone around us are just so valuable, and that is what God wants. But yeah, sometimes you have to. I could see me coming up there and being up there and doing that. That'd be so cool. You see, that would be, Brian, you could be my campaign manager between here and there, too. You don't have to be just there. Like, we can go there and do those projects. I could stay there, and it can get a little tiresome for all of us. And I can come back here and work from here, too. And then be there, and you could be the campaign manager between both. I'm just saying you got to leave these ideas out, too, because what happens if the kids start complaining that their studies are falling behind because, the uncle who's running for president? Dude, I'm not throwing. Do you think even for when you have the love of God in you, you don't hold. You just have courage. You don't hold back. When you know you're doing right, you just stay on that path of righteousness, and God rewards that. I don't think I would be even sitting in this position with the ability to make Hollywood level productions, and I'm taking on more and more capabilities. I mean, I can make myself look like I'm talking from the Oval Office already, and I do. And I could put myself right behind the chair, and I could add people in, walking in. I can make it a big scene, and that's the thing of where the media comes in. God set me up for that. Because when you do things, you have to believe in God. And you see, so that's where I'm going to get the people on the right, bro. Trump doesn't have that same conviction. Trump puts his faith in Trump. Happy Healer puts his faith in God. Right? And now, oh boy, God is what? Why? How can you have purpose and value in life without God in your life? And Trump, I'm going to beat him, dude. When it's time, he's going to try what he tries and succeeds with every other candidate. He will fail with the Happy Healer over and over again. Because the Happy Healer can absorb those hits and keep coming back. He himself is already eccentric. Like Donald Trump, he has his own eccentric but very smart, compassionate, loving ways, and always puts God first. And that's the most important part of it all, isn't it? Yeah, I know Bernie's already. Yeah, I got you. Bernie is not going to be able to, I think. He doesn't have the energy, the vibrance. So somebody who takes on his same policies and somebody who means it and the conviction coming from the heart and that's from the people, who's not actually smothered with all that extraness now that he has on about him, which is all that filth, that political filth. Political experience used to be a +1 for somebody running for president, almost like a prerequisite. Now, I think it's a piston blow. Because before you had it, you didn't break anything. Political experience is like having no hair. You want it, but you don't need it. Is political experience a good thing? Political experience is like having your glass break, because if you didn't have it, you'd still be able to drink your milk. Political experience is a detrimental thing for a presidency in 2019. It's a virus. Political experience is not what it used to be. Political experience is a virus on a candidate these days. Because political experience is nothing but setting you up for that yesterday candidate when we need a tomorrow candidate. And we don't have a tomorrow candidate up and until God sent us the Happy Healer. The type of world we're headed into is a dramatically different type of world than anybody who is touting political experience from yesterday's world as being the way to go forward. And their policies show that. Happy Healer, KeithLandi, that's how I'm running, yeah. It's KeithLandi. KeithLandi's in there. But Happy Healer. Happy Healer's my claim to fame. And it's also the thing that I've got some history to prove that I've been sticking with for the past so long. To prove that I'm genuine. No, I'm always KeithLandi. But Happy Healer is... Here's what Happy Healer is. Happy Healer is a title, but it is also... an understanding to self of everything that I've been through to get to this point. An acknowledgement. Every time you hear Happy Healer in my reference to it pertaining to myself, it's an acknowledgement that that is where I'm coming from and the love that I have for God. Indeed, the Happy Healer has been a quest, one that has brought him faith, and he will never look back on life without faith. Faith gives each man his purpose and value that is so incredibly important in this world to have. And through Landy Mantics in short order, we'll be doing another 24-hour newscast through Twitch and other online platforms right here from Landy Mantics, getting out the message of President Happy Healer in this also important endeavor, as well as in